Hello YouTube and welcome back to my channel. My name is Nana and today's video I thought I'd talk about my concealer collection. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So my preferences are medium to full coverage and not too drying, but I'll explain some of the few that I have in my collection. Let's talk about them. So right off the top, I got these. These are the Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer, and I have two in the shade Cocoa, one in the shade Toffee. And I'm not sure why I have two of these, but lately I've been using them as foundation. They are very full coverage and hydrating on the skin, which is great. They're not too matte or anything like that. Then for actually highlighting, I have the shade Toffee. So these have what, like half an ounce, which is half of, essentially imagine a standard bottle of foundation, half of that product. And these are full coverage. Now when I purchased these, they hadn't had their shade extension, so there's another shade that they have that I think I would pick up next time instead of Toffee. I do like Toffee. It does look good on my skin tone, but it's a little bit more of a under orangey yellow tone than I would prefer. I would like something a little bit more yellow, golden, or neutral. So, but these are great. That's why I have so many. When I first purchased these, I literally bought them back to back to back, and then I've had them for like probably up towards like 8 months, so I really need to start going through them. But these are great concealers from Too Faced. I have two here from Dior. The first one is called Fix It. It's a 2-in-1, so it helps prime has like a little bit of a primer in it. I have the shade Mocha 005. So this is the packaging for it. It looks like this. And it says Dior on the side. It has a cute button down here, and then this is the like component. And then you may not be able to tell, but in the center there is a kind of like a spot down there that's a little bit lighter right there. That's supposed to have the priming properties in it. So this is truly kind of like a no makeup. I really only ever reach for this whenever I just want to kind of touch up the skin, make it look really even real quick, and go about the day. Otherwise, I don't really reach for this. Now, it is great for that purpose, but it's not long lasting. So it's an okay concealer. Now the next one I have here is the Dior Skin Nude Concealer. It looks like this. I have it in the shade 005 Dark Mocha. It is like a dropper, and this one is actually medium to full coverage, and it's really good for the under eye. So for those purposes, it's great. And yeah, I like it, but it's not like my favorite. Next, one of my favorite concealers, which unfortunately they are no longer making, so I gotta try to make this last. This is the Naked Skin Concealer from Urban Decay in the shade Deep Neutral, and this is the component right here. This is such a beautiful concealer. I love it for my under eyes, and I love it for kind of over the face whenever I want to kind of build up some coverage. But it's such a beautiful, natural looking. It doesn't cake up, sits well on my skin. It's so good. I have to try the new one, which I believe is the I forget, it's Naked something, and it's supposed to be more like of a natural matte compared to this, which is a natural finish. But this is a really good concealer right here. I wish I kind of would have stocked up some more. Another one that I have here is the Bright Future from Sephora in the shade 18 Ganache. This is a repurchase here, and it's a really great concealer. Love the formula on it. Love the way it sits under the eyes. It's just a super solid concealer here from Sephora, and I think it's kind of affordable, so maybe 18 bucks. So that's a really good price point when we're talking concealers that actually do a really good job. Next is from Kylie Jenner. This is the skin concealer. I have it in the shade Toffee. This is the component right here, and this concealer, the verdict is still out. I've only used it about 3 times now. I do like the color, I will say that, especially on my skin tone. It's not too bright, so I can use it under the under eyes and still feel very like my skin tone and not too makeup-y. But I don't know if I feel like it's full coverage enough or it's long lasting enough. So this is the Kylie Jenner concealer one. Here I have the Josie Maran Vibrancy Argan Oil Coverage Fluid Concealer in the shade Deep. This is what it looks like, right? This is the component right here. It's very beautiful packaging. However, the color is very red on me, so I only use it on like the perimeter of my face. So that right there, it's just a very red color. However, if you have very dry skin or you only like to use all natural clean makeup, this would be a really good option for you. If I ever do have a foundation that's too neutral, I can reach for this to help bring some warmth into it, which is nice. Next, I have the Creaseless Concealer from Tarte. It's their Maracuja one. I think that's how you pronounce it. This is the component right here. I have it in the shade 55G Rich Golden. This is a perfect color for me when it comes to brightening. And then on top of that, I really like the consistency. It is very thick and kind of creamy, so you only need a little bit, and then it really blends out under the eyes and it locks down and it stays in place once you set it. I think this is a really good concealer that, because they have Shape Tape, I think maybe this one gets slept on, but this one is a pretty solid, a very solid concealer, especially for me because I have dry under eyes and I kind of have like creasy under eyes. Like I need something that can kind of move but not like fall apart, if you know what I mean. And that I can kind of go back in real quick and do this with halfway through the day and can have an under eye that's kind of back in place. This one does that really well, so I love this one from Tarte. The next one is from NARS. This is the NARS Creamy Radiant Concealer in the shade Dark 2 Cacao, and this one is very neutral, but it is lighter than my complexion, so it looks really good as a highlighting concealer or an under eye concealer. This one is medium coverage, I would say. Now, the only thing I don't like about this product is that the wand doesn't pick up enough product, in my personal opinion. I would like it to pick up a little bit more because I find myself constantly dipping back in. But otherwise, if you're talking about like an A1 concealer, the NARS Creamy Radiant one is really, really good. We're gonna round out this video with the last 4 concealers that I have. The first one is the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define. I have it here in the super size. This is such a good concealer. It's full coverage. The color is great, especially for brightening for me, and it just looks really good. Blends on all no matter the formula foundation I'm using, matte, dewy, light, full, this just does its job. This is a really good concealer from the drugstore. Like, I absolutely love this. We'll continue to repurchase this one from Makeup Revolution. And then I have the Camouflage Matte Concealer from Essence. So I don't usually reach for like a very matte concealer, but I find that this one here really smooths the skin. I like to use it underneath foundation because the color is not exactly something I would use for highlighting. It's in the shade, what's this shade called? I think it's in the shade 08. It's their deepest shade. Yep, 08 Dark Mocha. So Dark Mocha isn't exactly dark. It is, like I said, it's their darkest shade, but it looks, like I said, I put it under foundation and it just looks really nice underneath it and really helps with the covering of like pores and texture. So that one is really good, and it only costs like $5 maybe. Really good price point. One of my favorites is this right here from Milani. It's their Conceal Perfect Longwear Concealer. This is what it looks like, and I have it in the shade 170 Warm Almond. Yeah, 170 Warm Almond. And this color is not only great for highlighting for me, but the formula is just like so good. It's a great concealer. I hope one day I can pick it up in my actual skin tone too. I think that would be great for spot concealing across the face. The last concealer here in my collection is the L'Oreal Paris Infallible Full Wear Concealer. This is it, and it's supposed to be a dupe for the Tarte one. I have it in the shade 420 Cocoa or Cacao, something like that. And this one is just a really solid concealer. It is full coverage. I used it today. I really like how it lays under my under eyes. It hasn't creased, it hasn't picked up, and I have filmed a couple videos today, so it's still looking really great. It's easy to touch up. I love it. I think it's a great concealer. They really hit it out of the park. L'Oreal's doing really great with their complexion lines, and this one is a great one from them. Alright YouTube, so that is my concealer collection. I appreciate you guys being here. If you like this video, thumbs it up. If you like me, please subscribe. And of course, I hope you have a beautiful day. In the meantime, YouTube, later. Bye.